don't want to make your own. It is not hard to make your own, but you know, if that's not you, in Sazashi, and I've tasted it, it's not bad. Obviously rice, they do a lot of pickles, so you know, lots of colourful pickles. They usually add to the meal as well as, you know, taste. It's good for you. Yeah, very good for you. So miso, shoyu, so like soy sauce, mirin, satay, nori. Last night, for example, we had donburi bowl, so rice at the bottom, fish on top, and then I just cut the nori into four, the regular square nori sheets into four, put them on the side, and then we made up our own little wrap. So very easy, very healthy. It's great when you've got kids to get them involved in that kind of DIY thing. They eat much better when they have that control over what they eat. So I love it. And noodles, obviously, you know, udon, soba, all sorts of varieties, fresh, dried. Yeah.
Thank you, Mandy Kennedy. Free-ranging foodie, talking about Japanese at home. After the 11 o'clock news, we're talking youth, 11 o'clock.
The ABC Listen app makes tuning into us wherever you are as easy as, well,
It's a nice view, right? Feel like you in the Switzerland.
Huh?
You in the Switzerland because the Switzerland road is like that. Feel like the tree, feel like that.
ABC News with Miriam Donald. Good morning. Homicide squad detectives are searching for two men after violence broke out at a house in Melbourne southeast, leaving one man dead. Yvette Gray reports. Emergency services called to reports of a disputed property on North Road in Ormond around 1 o'clock this morning and found two men with injuries. One man died at the scene and a 30-year-old man was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say two other men ran off after the attack. Believe those involved in the fight were known to each other. A crime scene has been set up as investigators work to determine what happened. A suitcase, clothing, shoes and sticks are among the items strewn across the road. Investigators want to speak to anyone with information about the incident. Police searching for a man missing since last weekend in Melbourne's Outer East say he went for a walk with no shoes on. 22-year-old Zachary was last seen near his home on Norton Road in Callista on the 28th of April. In the week since, search parties have scoured the Northern Forest area between Callista and Sherbrooke. Acting Senior Sergeant Luke Schroeder says Zachary's last contact suggests he entered the forest barefoot.
We've got some Snapchat video that he sent to a friend indicating that he did sort of indicate walking barefoot through the forest. But that's about all we've got to go on at the moment.
Premier Jacinda Allen says this week's state budget will have measures in place to address cost pressures for households and businesses. The budget will be handed down on Tuesday, and so far the state government has been tight-lipped on its content. Speaking today, Ms Allen says they can't ignore the fact that many Victorians are doing it tough.
We are very aware, very attuned to the fact that the cost pressures that Victorian families and households are experiencing, we acknowledge that, and we acknowledge that many are doing it tough right now. The ongoing impact of the pandemic, the inflationary pressures, the interest rate rises.
The National Union of Students has welcomed HECS debt relief set to be announced in the upcoming budget. It says the savings will only be short-term. The federal government will change the way indexation is calculated and backdate the policy to counter last year's record rise, saving students hundreds of dollars on their tertiary loans. Union President Nairi Bogerman says they want to see an immediate freezing of HECS indexation.
You know that last year's 7.1% indexation increase was a massive burden to students. This is a welcome change. We also have to consider the fact that is this really going to make a lasting change for students, or is it just a band-aid measure to compensate for last year's large increase?
Authorities in Mexico say human remains found at Baja California are very